What's up, guys? This is Project Freelance, the podcast for freelancers. Wow, my phone is on. I'm such a horrible content creator. I apologize, guys. Let me just silence my phone quickly for all of you out there listening. I don't know if you heard that, but my phone just went off, and that's horribly rude of me. I apologize. Anyway, this is Project Freelance. Buckle yourself into your car if you are on your commute. Please put a seatbelt on, you guys. Be safe out there. I got in a car with somebody that doesn't wear a seatbelt. Why don't you wear a seatbelt? Just fucking put your seatbelt on. You guys, I've been getting into more and more cars with people that don't wear seatbelts, and it's like concerning to me that people actually live their lives so in such a death-defying way. That's like riding a motorcycle without a helmet on. Like, what are you doing? Put your seatbelt on, guys. Put it on. Your commute might be 2 hours, but you know what? You'll feel nice and comforted when you have that seatbelt on. Anyway, I want to know where you listen to me. Where do you listen to the podcast? Are you on Soundcloud, Anchor, Spotify, iTunes? Let me know. Give it a rating if you can on the app that you're listening to this on. If you can give it a rating, that would be sick. Otherwise, follow the social media at Project Freelance on Twitter and Instagram. I post cool little teaser videos up on Twitter and Instagram, information about the podcast, guests who are going to be on, things like that. It's a great time, and I love doing it. I mean, social media is basically my whole life. No, not really my whole life, but it's a lot of my life. I make social media content, so I guess that's my job. I'm a social media content creator. So my name's Kay. This is Project Freelance. This is going to be one of those podcasts, guys, where I just kind of ramble for a little bit because I'm excited about a lot of things that are going on, and I kind of just want to talk to you and have a little bit more time with you. I have a lot of guests on the podcast, and maybe you want to know a little bit more about me. Maybe not. If not, you can just skip this episode. We have Eric Kuna, a NASA photographer, coming on the podcast next week because I was invited to go photograph and film at NASA at Space Kennedy Center. And Eric, I've been following him on Instagram for quite a while, looking at his beautiful photos of rockets. And so I asked him if he'd come on the podcast to talk to me about shooting rockets, to give me some tips for shooting rockets. So if you're a nerd like me, tune in next Monday for another episode of Project Freelance with Eric Kuna, NASA photographer. It's going to be really exciting. You can probably hear the smile from ear to ear through my voice, my vocal inflection. You can probably hear how excited I am to be going to NASA. Oh my God, this has been a dream of mine. It's been on my list. It's literally on my list. It's on my list. NASA 2019, and it's happening. So put it out in the universe. It'll come back to you. Also, somebody in my apartment complex, here's the thing. When you live in an apartment complex, people will put things that they think other people might need next to the dumpster, not in the dumpster. They'll put them next to the dumpster, or things that, they can't lift to put in the dumpster. So sometimes there will be lamps or tables or chairs or perfectly good things out there, and it's like neighborhood recycling, and I hope other people do it and it's not just me. Otherwise that would mean I'm just really weird. Is that weird? But hey, I've gotten a lot of really cool things. I got a really cool dining room table for free out there, so yeah, and the garbage men didn't have to take it away, so that's tight. Anyway, so recycling, guys, that's it's good for the earth. Yes. So anyway, somebody in my apartment complex, if they listen to this podcast, they're gonna know that I live in their apartment complex, I guess. But they put next to the dumpster, Success Secrets of the Social Media Marketing Superstars by Mitch Meyerson. Okay, I am on page 69 of this, and I got it yesterday. I picked it up off the ground yesterday, and I started reading it. And it's just social media insight that you kind of already know, but it just helps you reaffirm the things that you think you know. And I have learned a lot of new things, and my eyes have been open to a few things. The way social media is currently changing, especially, was something that I have been noticing. And in it, they talk about things like how doing Facebook and Instagram ads and shoving them in your audience's face over and over and over again was the way to sell to them. And now the audience is looking for more authenticity in the content, and they're looking for more personal things. So I'm definitely trying to make more of a community. I'm trying to build a community around me that trusts me and trusts the things that I talk about, so that I can continue to create content in the way that I do and make it more cinematic. So it's super helpful to read this. I'm about to go to NASA, so it's really, really helpful for a social media event. So it's really cool to like, I'm basically studying for doing social media at NASA right now, and it's very exciting for me. I'm enjoying it quite a bit, and I'm glad I'm logging some education in this week. I love learning, and I think it's good to always be learning things. And not only did I pick up Success Secrets of the Social Media Marketing Superstars by Mitch Meyerson off the ground, but I also ordered my first photography book. I actually ordered something off of Amazon. I don't have Amazon Prime, and I don't try to buy a lot of things because, like minimalism and stuff. I don't need stuff really. But I did pick up I picked up a thing. I picked up No Limits by Nightscape. And if you don't know who Nightscape is, he does parkour. He's a free runner. He is a YouTuber. He's a photographer. And he made a photography book. And I am currently finishing up and working on a photography book right now about abandoned places that I've explored around the world. It's called No Tracers, an Urban Explorer's Diary. And so I'm currently working on that. I haven't set up pre-orders or anything. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I want to do it through social media and try to push it independently, or if I want to go with a publicist. And I'm kind of thinking that I should go with a publicist, but I think I'm going to wait a little bit. I think I'm going to do pre-orders. I'm trying to get everything set up by June. So I'm trying to figure everything out by June. So that's kind of my deadline for getting this book to a publisher or getting pre-orders set up. I've never made a photography book, but I'm really, really excited about it. It took me about a year to create, and it's just a collection of abandoned places that I've photographed around the world and little diary entries, if you will, about the explorations and why I explore and where I explore and all that good stuff. And I love getting to explore. I love urban exploring. If you don't know what it is, urban exploring is when you basically explore urban environments, things such as abandoned buildings or rooftops or places that are typically off limits are usually referred to when you're talking about urban exploring. But my whole motto, my whole thing is no tracers, leave no trace that you were there. Don't take anything, don't leave anything, take all your trash, that kind of thing. Don't try to burn the place down. Don't spray paint. But I'm a photographer and I photograph graffiti. And so I can't really say not to spray paint, because if you spray paint, I'm probably going to photograph your spray paint. But I personally don't spray paint. But I would love to work with an artist to create a wall mural for sure. I think it would be a really cool project, but we would find a wall that is either open to the public or, I don't know, maybe I'd do it in an abandoned building. I don't really know. But I'm not really for tagging unless it is done legally. But at the same time, I also love seeing it in abandoned buildings because it makes for very colorful, very bright, very exciting photographs. So I guess I am on the fence about graffiti and spray painting because I love graffiti, but I also don't think you should vandalize buildings. So it's there's a better way to do graffiti. I'll just say that. But I do think there should be free places to do graffiti because not everyone can afford to pay $10,000 to rent a wall to do graffiti. So I think there should be public places that are available for spray paint artists. That's just me personally speaking. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that. Whether it's, on Twitter or Instagram. I'm curious to know what you guys think about graffiti artists. I would also love to talk to a graffiti artist. So if any of you are a graffiti artist or if you know any graffiti artists, I would love to chat with them on this podcast about this very topic, about public ways to build the graffiti community in a positive way. Sorry if you hear sirens in the background. I live pretty close to a fire department, so they're running right now. So Also, firemen. Let's just talk about how great firemen are for a second. Sorry, this podcast is going to be all over the place, guys. I don't have a topic for this week. Like I said, I just wanted to update you on things and talk to you about myself and the things that I enjoy doing. I went and photographed at the beach the other day. I was having a really slow weekend, and I was like, God, I need to just go photograph something. I live 10 minutes from the beach. I might as well just go photograph some palm trees and get some stock footage of palm trees. So I did that very thing. I went and I photographed and filmed some content out at the beach. And then I went and swam in the freezing cold ocean for about 30 minutes. It was great. It was amazing. I loved it. I definitely am not afraid of the ocean. I was really trying to think about that. I was like, people are really afraid of the ocean. Like, people are terrified to go in the ocean. And I don't think I feel that way. But I think it would be very different if I was, say, in the deep sea and the cruise ship was sinking. Did you guys see that? There's this cruise ship recently that sunk. It's pretty bad. Also, there have been a lot of 737 plane crashes recently. And I read an article yesterday saying that they are going to change, or this situation is going to probably change aviation, and it's going to make everyone's certifications be re-examined, basically. Everyone's going to have to get recertified, I feel, when it comes to their planes. And I feel like that's totally cool. I think it should happen. I think that we should take our safety as more of a priority. And so I think it's good that this is happening right now. I think it's great, honestly, that they're fixing this problem. They're banning these planes from flying, because they could just say, oh, we don't know what it is, and keep flying them and keep having them crash and kill people. But I think it's good that they're banning these planes right now. These are the things that I think about throughout the day, guys. Also, like I said, I'm going to NASA. Like, that's really exciting. I feel like a kid that just won a golden ticket to the Wonka factory. I get to film at NASA. It's awesome. I'm looking very, very forward to it. And I don't even know what I'm going to say, but I know I'm going to have a lot of questions, and I'm going to ask a lot of things, and I'm going to film so much content, and I can't wait to meet everybody else that's a part of it. It's going to be like a big nerd fest. I feel like it's going to be like going to summer camp for 2 days or a day, however long it is. But yeah, I think we're going to do the tour and everything in one day, and then the next day we're going to watch a rocket launch or something like that. But it's super exciting. I haven't gotten the schedule yet, but I'm very, very excited, and I cannot wait to see the NASA facility. And the fact that I was invited is just even more exciting. I applied, and then they approved me and invited me in. So this is really cool. It's a really cool opportunity. And I can't believe that it's happening, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know. This has been a goal of mine for years, going to NASA. And I know that I could just like go to NASA anytime. All you have to do is like pay. But like, I'm being invited to create social media content at NASA for myself. Like, it's not for somebody else. This is like something that I've wanted to do. And so I'm really glad that it was myself that was chosen. And I think they picked like 50 people. So we'll see how many people are there, but it's going to be super sick, and feels pretty exclusive. And we get the same access as like CNN, which is pretty sick because they get pretty good access. And so, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to being a part of that NASA social event. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that as I go. And if you want to follow along on social media, you guys can find me at kanagonio. Or if you want to see my photography and video work, you can go to @no.tracers on Instagram. And my YouTube is youtube.com/just_K. That's right. You can find all my adventures up there. There's also a new platform. There's some new platform. It's not really been talked about much. I don't even know the name of it. But I heard it through the grapevine that there is a new platform coming out that is going to be a place where the demonetized YouTubers can go create content freely. And I'm kind of excited about it, because that means that all of these people that make urban exploring videos and parkour videos and rooftoping videos and crazy sports videos, like Ryan Taylor is a BMX rider, but he also does crazy shit. And myself, I do a lot of urban exploring, which is not necessarily family friendly, if you will. It's not really YouTube friendly, if you will. So we will be able to go to this new platform and create content and monetize it, and we will have our freedom of speech back, which is fucking sick. But I understand why YouTube is being so harsh, but if YouTube wants to keep us creators on the platform, they're going to have to figure out how to loosen their grip a little bit, or I don't know, something. We'll figure it out. Or this new platform, they will just work with different advertisers that are cooler with more extreme shit going on, because there are definitely advertisers out there that will work with them. They get sponsorships and brand deals all day, every day. And it's a part of what they do. They create social media content for these brands by doing these crazy things. And they've been invited out to go climb buildings. They've been invited out to do parkour on buildings. Like, it's crazy what kind of money these guys can make through doing these stunts, through doing what they do, through exploring places, travel videos, things like that. And that just means that YouTube is going to completely change if this new platform comes out and it overtakes it, and it allows creators to be free again, because family channels would start going over there, because YouTube is demonetizing family channels and anything that has to do with babies right now, because of, obviously there's a situation where there's a lot of like pedophiles in the comments on kids' videos on YouTube. So they're trying to ban the comments and disable comments and demonetize videos because they're not advertiser friendly because of the comments, which is punishing the YouTuber, which isn't fair. So there's just this whole situation on YouTube going on right now. A lot of people have talked about it. A lot of people I watch have talked about it anyway. Several people that I know are being demonetized or having their videos demonetized because of the restrictions YouTube is placing around certain keywords or auto-generated analytic, whatever it might be. But they're monitoring everything, and these channels are being affected by it, and it's really unfortunate. But personally, for me, my channel is not really being affected by it other than my LGBT content. And so I guess my channel is being affected by it. I post LGBT content because I am in the LGBT community. And a lot of it has been demonetized because it has to do with being gay or sexuality or things like that. And that's not cool. I don't think that's okay. I think that, not that I'm making videos for money. I really don't. I make like $40 a month off of YouTube, guys. Like, let's be real. I'm not doing so well. Like, YouTube, I used to make $150 a month off of YouTube, and now I'm making like $45 a month off of YouTube. I don't even get paid every month because the payment threshold for Google AdSense is $100. So I'm really not making a whole lot of money on YouTube, but I continue to make YouTube videos within the parameters that YouTube is setting, while still trying to make my LGBT content on the side. But that's why there's been less of that and more content of other things, adventures, things like that on my channel, because I'm trying to appease the YouTube machine, if you will, while still creating really cool, really cinematic content that I love making. But the fact is, YouTube is not a viable source of income for most people. There's a select few that are doing very, very well for themselves, which is freaking awesome. Good for them. PewDiePie is the most subscribed in the world. He surpassed T-Series. I don't know if you guys pay attention to YouTube stuff. I used to never pay attention to it, but I'm in the industry. It's a part of my world, So, yeah, if you guys know the name PewDiePie, which I'm sure you've seen maybe come out of your printer without you printing it, or on a billboard somewhere, PewDiePie is the most subscribed person on YouTube in the world, and he has like 90 million subscribers, which is an unfathomable amount of subscribers. That's a whole lot of responsibility. He could post a three-second video saying "I love you," and like the world would explode. Like that is power. Like, that guy has power on YouTube, and so they should really be taking care of him. I think he's doing a great job, and he's killing it, and good for him, man. Good for him. He reviewed a game that a friend of mine in college made, and that was really cool to watch. Like, this really big gamer review my friend's video. It was super sick. Or my friend's video game, sorry. And it was really, really cool. Super cool. But yeah, YouTube is kind of falling apart. It's falling apart right now, and they are trying to fix it, but they don't know how to fix it. They don't know the best way to fix it, and they know they can't please everybody, and they know they can't save everybody's channel. But they can work with YouTubers better. They can get more staff on their customer service end to actually help people out when it comes to like their videos becoming demonetized and things like that. There should be a portal. There should be a YouTube portal where you can, talk to staff and keep a log going. I think it would be really helpful and really useful on YouTube's side to do that for their creators, so that they can actually post, complaints, and they can post things that are going on with their channel, and they can actively work with YouTube to fix these problems and get rid of these flags. And YouTube has become very strict. They're very strict now. And so you have to be super careful about what you post on YouTube, because copyright they're throwing flags at us left and right. And so we have to be very careful to appease the YouTube algorithm machine monster, if you will. So if anybody knows what the new platform is, if you've heard the rumors about it, please tweet me at Project Freelance. I would love to know more about it. I would love to talk to somebody on their team about it. It would be really sick to be able to chat with somebody that's on the team creating this new platform. I would love to sit down with them and ask them questions about it and how it's going to affect YouTube, if you will. But thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Project Freelance. Come back next week. We will have Eric Kuna on the podcast. I am so very excited to be going to NASA. I will keep you guys up to date. I'll probably make a podcast while I'm in Florida. And maybe I'll get to sit down with a couple people and do some interviews. I think it would be really cool. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Give it a rating, subscribe. Come back next week, like I said, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Project Freelance. Keep up with the show, keep up with everything, and I will talk to you guys soon. Stay strong, keep enduring, and go out and create something. If you would like to further support this podcast and all the things that I create, please head to patreon.com/justtheletterK. You can donate $1 a month to me, and it goes towards helping me create bigger and better content for your faces. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And I'll talk to you next week.